Hello everybody and welcome back to the greatest live show of all time. That is right everybody, today we're doing another episode of Lettuce Maxing, or whatever, whatever this is. Yes, well, welcome back to this. Hello, Ano, Triplo1 saying not first. Well, that's quite ironic, considering the fact that you're first. Hello, LD Venus. Hello, Batao Crafter. Hello, Anon420 Cereal. Hello, Gojo. T1N2K. Hello, Clipped Angel. Hello, Relic Forge. Hello, Kaido. Hello, Peepee Girl 420. Hello, Anti Smiley. Hello, Florida Man. Hello, Lone Mod Ivor. Hello, Mikey on a Bike. Mikey on a Bike, more like Mikey on a Bikey, because it rhymes, am I right? Hello, Poop Balls. Hello, Missouri Railroad Productions. Hello, Notices Your Bulgaria. Hello, Blue Lock Hiyori Femboy. Hello, Moonlight Sky 13. Hello, Kaido Shimizu. You should try to visit Japan. I think not. But yeah, this is the second installment of today's stream, because restarting stream makes it do better in the algorithm. Hello, Naran. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I missed anybody. Did I say hello to Gojo? Hello, Gojo. Hello, Dusky M. Just Anno is fine, probably easier that way. Yeah, honestly, YouTube switching it from people's display names to their usernames, it was like not the move. Will there be a server VC tonight? We'll see, we'll see. Hello, Waker is awake. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, we're gonna continue with the Deckard tent. But Batao Crafter says you gotta react to what Bobby just tweeted. And alright, what did Boblax tweet that's so... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. AI thinks I'm the epitome of beauty. Yeah, AI is never wrong. So at first we've got this wonderful photo. You know? 8.58 out of 10. The golden ratio of beauty. Yeah. Not like they make money to give good results so that you want to use it more or anything. 8.14. The golden ratio of beauty. I guarantee you, this is one of those apps where you can put anybody's face. Doesn't matter, alright? Danny DeVito, you're gonna get a fucking 9 out of 10, alright? Makes no difference. Alright? Dude, the fact that he actually believes that this is like an accurate metric. It's like, damn, okay. Like, bro is using AI to validate himself. Not just AI, but like, bad AI. Not even attractivenessai.com. Baby bottle emoji out of 10. Yeah, that's true. Danny DeVito is a 10. Bad example. Emperor Blowback. It's the queen of AGP. Yeah, look, I believe that AGP is nothing more than a fucking meme. Okay, but if AGP is real, then it... Alright? It most certainly applies to Boblax, if nobody else. No, that's not Deckard. That's somebody else entirely. Yes, this isn't the Mr. Miss Manchi that I know. Anyways. I want to get back into the Deckard tent. Alright? We haven't covered it all. Alright? So, we took a slight detour, per the request of Batao Crafter, but we got more Deckard tent, alright? So, Freddy says, I think I've forgotten what I look like without lashes on. Alright, and here she is slaying. So, what does Deckard have to say in response? Well, here's what he has to say. Bro, is this picture legit? No doctoring. If legit, wow, you have had some... I can't read this with a straight face. Okay, let's try again. If legit, wow, you have really had... I can't read it! If legit, wow, you have really had some growth in the chest area. I can see why you see E as a miracle drug. The glasses, nice look as well. Look like a nerdy schoolgirl. Freddy, eyes up here, please. Deckard, sorry, I couldn't help it. Sunglasses emoji, bro! Is this sexual harassment? I feel like this could classify as just that. Alright. And then you got this person who posts Gooner bait, I guess. The person who got a pentakill in your game looked like this, okay? Alright, just Gooner bait. You know, the kind of thing that he enjoys. So, it's weird because he says the following. Bro, trying to be funny. Failed. Don't worry. You are funny, though. Sneaky. You can hear that, right? It's getting louder. It's laughter. New reality for you is they are laughing at you, not with you. Enjoy. Sunglasses emoji. Dog, you cannot say that while being a professional gooner. And then Finster tweets sword fight. Wait, is this something I can show? No. It's Finster in nothing but like a bikini, okay? I don't know if I can show it. A very revealing one at that. So what does Deckard say in response? Sword fight? No, I will have to decline. The reason? Not to sound rude, but your sword, Finn, looks quite dirty. Filthy, in fact. I like to keep my sword clean and virtuous. Sunglasses emoji. Dog, you are not a virtuous person. Anyways. So Freddy tweets, my Starbucks addiction is unmatched. You know, just being a basic white bitch, as per usual. You know, she always be doing that. Alright? So Deckard responds by saying, I agree that coffee, especially Starbucks, is the best. What happened to your teammate? Is it just me? But I feel envious of the straw. Whoa, what a sus thing to say. That wasn't me. Enjoy the iced coffee. Cute little girl. Sunglasses emoji. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Dog. You cannot look at a picture like this, say that you're envious of the straw. Oh, I'm so envious of the straw. And then call them a cute little girl. What the fuck? That is so creepy. Freddy also tweeted saying, 10 months of living in trans flag emoji. Why the fuck is everyone so pretty? Deckard responds by saying, Freddy, with the virtue signaling and white lies. Quote, everyone is so pretty in LGBTQ. Come on, bro. You don't believe that. Yes, some are pretty, but some are definitely not, which is okay. Pretty little girls like you shouldn't tell white lies. Sunglasses emoji. Jesus Christ. It was like almost like maybe like an annoying tweet, but like a normal annoying tweet. But he couldn't even do that. He couldn't just be annoying in the normal way. No. No, he had to finish it off by saying, pretty girls like you shouldn't tell white lies. Oh my God. Here's another Freddy tweet saying, I didn't like any of them, so I just ended up getting starred. Oh my God, I need water. Freddy tweeted saying, I didn't like any of them, so I just ended up getting Starbucks. I'm loving the trad wife life. So Deckard responds, saying, yes, you would make a nice trad wife. Just don't go too extreme on your OnlyFans content like your bestie Finn. Otherwise, you will be seen as a trad whore instead of a trad wife. This is not a real person. Freddy tweets, Hiiiiii, I like spending money I don't have. I, can't relate to that one. So, it's got a video attached, but that's not important. What's important is Deckard's response, in which he says, yes, get a nice watch for yourself. Treat yourself. Shocking that someone would rob a helpless little girl like yourself. You need someone big and strong like me to protect a helpless little cutie like yourself. Stay safe. Sunglasses emoji. Jesus. Oh my. This is not a real person. I refuse to believe. And here's another Peachy Bun tweet saying, can I be your doll? Comment for surprise in DMs. It's something that I cannot show on stream. Alright? That's what I'll say. Now, despite supposedly being anti-sex work and anti-gooner, alright? Here's what Deckard has to say in response. Sure, Princess Peachy, you can be my doll, and for many others. Princess Peachy is so highbrow, doesn't interact with lowly ex-users like myself. Only nice to the rich boys, I get it. I am just some rando. So who knows? I could be anyone, including one of those rich dude bros. Sunglasses emoji. Oh god, dude. No, why are you like this? Here's a video from Freddy. I don't care enough to watch it. Apparently it's a morning video. So Deckard responds to it by saying, "No, you still are a cutie, even first thing in the morning. Quote, making tea, going to wake me up, such an English thing to say. Making tea? No, bro. Coffee's the drink to wake up to. Honestly, you look better without makeup, sunglasses emoji." Dude, it's like non-stop. And then here's, "If NA needs me, I'm here." Oh, this is actually something I can show. And Deckard says, "Bro, are you like trans now? You are definitely an hardcore OnlyFans quote-unquote performer. So awesome. Many of your gaming bros must be laughing. From gaming pro to OnlyFans star, what an arc. Nothing wrong with being trans, though, if that's who you are." Okay, so why bring it up? Anyways. Dude, he like argues, I don't care enough to read that. Oh, here's a great, oh no. Oh no, here's a, uh-oh. We got a weird one. So, Freddy tweets saying, reminder, oh sorry. So Freddy tweets saying, daily reminder, the E does work, with just a couple innocent selfies. So what does Deckard have to say in response to this? "Even with the curves, thanks to E as you say, you still look at most 14 years old in these pics. Would it be sus if I said you looked pretty in these pics? You are pretty, sunglasses emoji. Dog, you are a pedophile. What the fuck? You are gooning to somebody that you think looks 14 years old at most. At most. This is who you're simping for. Now, granted, I don't see her that way. I think that she looks like an adult. But Deckard thinks that she looks 14. And he's gooning to her. You see why I wanted to cover this guy on stream now? Yeah, would it be sus? No, it's not just sus, it's pedophilic. If you're saying that somebody looks like they're 14 and you as a grown-ass man are gooning to them, it's not just sus, it's pedophilic. You belong on a watch list, dude. Oh, here's another peachy bun saying, rate my leak. Alright, and it's just like some gooner bait. You are like a living anime doll come to life. I think you know you could live in stealth as a cis female with your beauty. Other trans girls must be so envious of you, especially that annoying spicy something. I don't know what he's yapping about. Send me your best pickup line. Every comment gets a free peach emoji pic in DMs. Parentheses automated. And it with a gooner bait pic. So here is Deckard's Riz. Alright? He has two incredible pickup lines. I am so thirsty for you. Give me a kiss, cutie. Sunglasses emoji. You are an obsession. My obsession. I cannot sleep. I'm genuinely horrified. The sunglasses must be altering Deckard's perception.
I don't know, man. It could be anything.
Oh my god, dude, I can't. Sorry, I gotta like my own stream. I forgot to do that. Double tap to smash like if you're enjoying the content, alright? It boosts me in the algorithm. Alright, that's why I had to pull it up on my phone. Anyways. So Finster tweets, computer, show me this guy's balls, please. Can I show this? Okay, yeah, I can show this. Deckard responds by saying, are you auditioning candidates for new OnlyFans content? The old Finn. This would be meant as a joke, but new Finn, this is no joke. You are auditioning dudes for your OnlyFans content. These Gooner fans will be happy, Finn. You are still funny though, bro, but also sad sunglasses emoji. Dog, you are the Gooner audience. You're the Gooner that watches that. You're the OnlyFans subscriber. That's you, buddy. That's you. Anyways, Finster tweeted it. This got me banned from Instagram and just like a normal selfie. I find it doubtful your claim this particular pic is what got you banned on Instagram. Likely the more X-rated type pics that did it. I see on YouTube post that they unbanned you. Congrats, you can post more X-rated pics. Your Gooner fans on OnlyFans will be happy. Show me the money. Sad. Sunglasses emoji. Dog, you are the Gooner. Also, thank you, LD Venus, for the 1. Very much appreciated. Oh my god. Oh no, dude, the Freddy ones are very bad. Freddy ones are very... I feel so sorry for Freddy having to deal with his shit. I hope that she's just never seen Deckard before. And that this flew under her radar. So Freddy tweets saying, this is a sign to get your lashes done. Okay? And here's the photo. And here's what Deckard says in response. Also thank you, that lil floofing goober for the 2 saying, I ran around and frolicked today. That's very British. Thank you for sharing. But here's Deckard's response to Freddy posting this selfie. They let you drive in England when you are still only 14 years old? Cool. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't want to sound sus, but for a 14-year-old girl, you do look pretty. You will become a real beauty when you become an adult in a few years. Dude, why did 5 people like this? 5 likes. 5 people saw this response and thought, yeah, that's a really good reply. I like that a lot. I'm gonna smash like. I'm gonna smash like on that. That's a banger. Yeah, he's role-playing her being 14. This is so weird. Like, who in their right mind says, but for a 14-year-old girl, you do look pretty. Like, this is groomer shit. Anyways. So Finster tweeted saying, I heard you play League of Legends. And this is the selfie attached. I don't know why I was marked as a spoiler. So Deckard responded by saying, what is with all these innocent cute pics, Finn? Your Gooner fans on OnlyFans want X-rated, not this PG stuff. Comparing this picture with the one you pinned for your account, you look more mature. In that pic, you look like 14 instead of in your 20s. You look beautiful in both. Sunglasses emoji. Dog! Why is he obsessed with people looking 14? Nah, this guy is a fucking freak. Oh my god. Okay, we finally have... Here's this one non-Gooner tweet, okay? So, it's from Paul Joseph Watson, okay? So, we have Deckard saying the following. Paul Joseph Watson is one of my favorite YouTube commentary creators. He shows the truth, and sometimes it can be ugly. But he has the guts to show it despite being attacked. Dog, that's literally the entire conservative grift is, oh, I'm being attacked by the woke mob, but I'm telling the truth. And it's like, they say that they're being censored into the fucking megaphone on TV. Oh my god. Also, the humor in his vids make it entertaining as well as informative. Oh my god. Least unhinged Paul Joseph Watson fan right there. Dude, I forgot about Paul Joseph Watson. So, back to the Gooner bait. Have you been a bad boy, :3? With this as the video. Alright? So Deckard responds by saying, just comparing the difference between you and one of my favorite YouTube creators, Paul Joseph Watson. When I watch the vids of Paul Joseph Watson, I feel there is still hope for England. And then I see vids like yours here. I think, no, England is doomed. Yeah, dude, the saving grace of England. Fucking Paul Joseph Watson. Yes, that was a cucumber. Dude. Anyways. Oh my god, dude, he won't shut up about Paul Joseph Watson. Dude, here's where Gooner stuff. Dude, I don't care. This is repetitive. Dude, he is the ultimate Paul Joseph Watson simp. We got another one. Paul Joseph Watson, commentary YouTuber, informative, funny, courageous videos. Why courageous? Because he shows the truth of what is happening in the UK elsewhere. For this, he is wrongly called racist, hateful, to say things he truly feels, not the words of one who kneels. Oh my god. Dude, this is not a real person. Here's him yapping about OnlyFans in response to Finster. I'm more interested in his responses to Freddy, because those are the creepiest. So Freddy says, God, why didn't I get on a HRT sooner? With a selfie. So Deckard says, you look like 17 in this pic, not your usual 13 or 14 years old. Congrats, sunglasses emoji. Keep in mind that in other tweets, this is the person that he was gooning to. Alright? We have another one. Freddy says, I'm too sick to wear a dress, so the comfy stuff gotta do. With 2 images attached. So Deckard says, if anybody sees you in the mall alone, they are going to think you are some preteen nerdy girl who's searching for your mom and dad. Cute look. Can we help you, little girl? Dog, what the fuck? Nah. What the actual flying fuck? I'm sorry, did I misread that? We're gonna reread that. I'm too sick to wear a dress, so the comfy stuff gotta do. If anybody sees you in the mall alone, they're going to think you're some preteen nerdy girl who's searching for your mom and dad. Cute look. Can we help you, little girl? Sunglasses emoji. Yeah, no, I didn't misread that. What am I meant to say in response to that? Now, what's interesting is right below him saying that she looks like a preteen girl, okay? Is a tweet from Freddy saying, tomorrow is my 9th month on E, I'm gonna do something special. Right below that, Deckard responds by saying, happy birthday and E anniversary. E is certainly doing wonders on certain parts of your upper anatomy. Sunglasses emoji. Right below the tweet, where he's saying that this looks like a preteen girl, he's talking about how he is specifically admiring this bitch's chest. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, here's another one. It's giving mommy energy with 2 photos attached. So Deckard responds by saying, mommy energy? Sure. If mommy was 12 or 13 years old. Sunglasses emoji, cute look. Dog! What the fuck? What the fuck? No! No! What the fuck? This guy belongs on a fucking watch list. Check his hard drive ASAP. Check his hard drive. Oh my god. Okay. I think we have a few more. This guy is... Oh my god. This is one hell of a rabbit hole. So, Freddy says, girl next door kinda day. Okay, with a selfie. Yes, girl next door look like 12 or 13 years old. Preteen girl next door. Sunglasses emoji. Yeah, I think it's settled. I don't think that there's any ambiguity. There's no ambiguity. I don't even know what to say. Oh, here's another one. Okay, so, like, I've got a date on Monday with this boy, and I'm really fucking nervous. Are your parents okay with you starting the date already at only 13 years old? Kind of young, no? Sunglasses emoji. Dude. I can't do this. Oh. Here's more gooner bait. Rate my arch. I don't think I have to show the photo for obvious reasons. So Deckard responds by saying, on the 7th day, God created Peachy. Wow. Sunglasses emoji. You have a very beautiful face. You have the beauty to become a model. A real model. Not some OnlyFans quote-unquote model. Aim high. Don't settle. Don't become another stereotype trans girl. OF quote-unquote model. Same with cis girls. So many OnlyFans quote-unquote models. Sad. Dude, oh my god. I can't do this. Birthday dress. Here she is, wearing a dress on her birthday. Here's what Deckard has to say. Happy birthday! Nice dress! Congrats on turning 13 years old! You are becoming a teenager now! Sunglasses emoji! Dude, this is pain. And right below that, you wanna know what's right below that? Bad bitch kinda summer, with another selfie from the same person. So what does Deckard have to say in response? Nice photo, though I feel kind of sus for liking this photo. I could see why you are in the top 1% in OnlyFans with your youthful look. Yeah, by youthful, you mean you think that she looks 12 to 13. That's what you think, and you're gooning to this person. Also, most dudes like petite and pretty, and you are both. Once you graduate from college with your pretty appearance, you can land a good job. Okay. I got into university with a selfie. Same person. Congrats. You sure you are starting university and not high school? Sunglasses emoji. Once you graduate, you could get a nice job in an office, somewhere to make a living instead of doing OnlyFans. Wouldn't that be nice? Don't fall into the stereotype. Transsexual girl, OnlyFans model. It leads to sadness in the end. Dog, but you're the one gooning. You're the gooner. Like what? Oh, here's another one. I did adult things and went to view a house. I hope you're proud of me. You went to view a house with your parents? That's nice. Be honest. They ask you for ID when you go into a store and buy alcohol or cigarettes, right? Dude, it's so fucking creepy, dude. What the fuck? And right below that, I heard you like tight shorts. Is that true? Wow, muscular legs for a quote-unquote femboy. How does it feel to be one of the biggest adult performers on OnlyFans? Your parents must be so proud of you, question mark? Bro, what is with the English and porn? Is it like the default job you all choose in life, just wondering? Yeah, so, talking about how you're gooning to somebody that you think looks 13. You think parents are gonna be proud of that. But not OnlyFans. OnlyFans is where you draw the line. Oh my god. But then he says this, like... But then Peachy Bun posts Gooner Bait, and then he says shit like this. Which I can't show on stream. Which should tell you everything you gotta know. I consider myself straight and agnostic, but this beautiful photo of Peachy makes me reconsider both. Dog, she's a woman. She's a trans woman. You're not gay if you find women attractive. What? Oh, okay, so he acknowledges that. Actually, I would still be straight, since Peachy is all woman. Okay, what was the fucking point of the first sentence? Okay. If heaven was real, having someone like Peachy in this outfit to greet you would make it heavenly. Okay. But by the way, the outfit is not something that I can show on stream. Okay, we've got another one with Freddy. Do you think I've been naughty or nice? Hopefully nice. You look like you are 14 years old in this pic, mainly because of your youthful face and petite physique. Hope this is not the reason you are getting subs on your OnlyFans, attracting PDF file types. Dog! That's all you've been doing, is gooning to somebody that you perceive to be 14. You look at this bitch, and you think that they look anywhere from 12 to 14. Those are the ages that you've brought up, time and time again. You've made it very clear that you're attracted to this person, and you're a grown man. There is something wrong with you. And then it's like, and then he says shit like this. The dark side of fame. This trend of doing OnlyFans is no different than what used to be categorized as porn. Digital footprint is forever. Whatever you post will always be there, even after you are gone. Dude, it sounds like an ad from like the early 2000s. By the way, you better be safe on the internet. And if you post something, it's gonna stick around for a long time. So you better be careful about what you're posting. It's like, yeah, we know. We know that the internet is forever. But nobody is unaware of that fact in the big 25. Whatever you post will always be there even after you are gone. Is this what you want your obituary to read? Porn star? Think about it. I don't know. Better than whatever yours will read it. That's for sure. Now, Freddy posts saying, I've been a busy girl today. With a picture of herself. Okay? Now, Deckard, keep in mind, this is the person that Deckard thinks looks 12 to 14. Busy doing some OnlyFans content. Yeah, I heard that can tire people out. Sunglasses emoji. Like, dude, this guy is so weird. I can't do this. I'm gonna see if he has any more diabolical ones. Otherwise, it gets repetitive. Oh, of course he's a Trump supporter. Why am I not surprised? Also, thank you, that little floofengoober, for the $10, you beautiful fucking bastard, saying, I'm sleepy and full of joy, so good night, stay safe, and drink some tea. Hell yeah. Anyways. Here's him simping for Elon. Yeah, average Elon supporter. Let's see if he has any more. Yep, you can see he's a supporter of Trump. Anyways. Dude, he's defending Elon. He thinks that Elon didn't do a Nazi salute. Alright? This is probably the last one we'll read. All this made-up controversy. No, that was not a Nazi salute. It was an awkward gesture of gratitude by Elon Musk towards the crowd. He has Asperger's syndrome and has done such funny gestures before. You mean the one that looks exactly like the Hitler salute? Are you saying he's Hitler saluted before? Just look at historical footage of Nazi saluting and Elon way different. No, it's not different. The problem people have is that they're actually the same. That's what people have noticed. Oh my god. I gotta see. Oh my god. Dude. I can't do this. Alright, I think that everything below that, I don't know, he became like a weird gooner, like after a certain point. Everything below that is like political shit. Which it's like, yeah, I could make fun of like a lot of people that are similar to him. He's not very special in that regard. Okay. I need to take a piss. I'm gonna be right back. Double tap the smash like. Alright, smash like if you haven't already. It's free, it's easy. There's no logical reason not to do it. I'm just saying. It boosts me in the algorithm, makes me happy, and subscribe for more content. Now then, I gotta go take a piss. Be right back. Oh. Oh, what is this community? Do y'all not respond to outsiders? Hey, I just came back. But yeah, I just had to finish up that segment. Take a piss. Hasanios, yeah. Oh man, I gotta stretch. Wow, what a segment. What a fucking segment. That was something else entirely. Going JD Vance on that chair. Yes. Let the chair respond to chat. Dude, has chair been ignoring newcomers? It's fucked up. Jealous of that chair. Okay. Alright. Why do all the baddies come from trans flag emoji? I don't even know what country that is. Well, that's a good question. I have no idea. But I've noticed the same thing. Definitely noticed the same thing. I don't know. Big stretch. Hassan, why bathroom break if that... No, there's... Dude. Wait, bathroom break? I thought you were wearing... No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this again. Trans flag emoji stan. Real. Yo, Femi, I saw this shit about TJ Kirk. She was so tragic, I'll never watch that creepy motherfucker again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I sent that to you. Somebody sent that to me. At first I was like, wait, what are we... And then I'm like, oh yeah, TJ Kirk, that guy. Return of the diaper yet? No, we're not Dude, what is with you guys in diapers? Why are you guys, like, obsessed with diaper stuff? I will never understand. Deckard would let you use his face as your... I don't want to think about that. That guy's weird. You warned me about it, and I couldn't find it. Yeah. Then it showed up in my recommended. It was so gross and horrible. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I don't know, man. Dude, that... Yeah, that shit was... Diaper Yos before GT... No, we're never doing Diaper Yos. Probably because you keep Yeah, but you guys... I respond to chat. Baby Yos, I am so sorry. You better be sorry. Motherfucker. Double tap to smash like. Only place Deckard needs to be is jail? Nah, for real. Considering the type of shit that he's been tweeting. Yeah. I think jail sounds about right. Yes, double smash the smash like the button smash. Yeah, that sounds about right. Hyper kink is so weird. Well, you're fighting an uphill battle against my audience, who for some reason is obsessed with that. I don't know why. I don't know what could have caused me to cultivate such a schizophrenic audience, but here we are nonetheless. Do you like getting slapped on the forehead with wangs? What does that even mean? Okay. Favorite number of the alphabet? 69, because it's like the funny sex number. Oh my god, dude, I'm so low energy now. What the fuck is this? I need water. Femi, are you ticklish? I would never be ticklish. I don't know why anyone would ever think that. Have you been doing any more voice training? I don't think so. Why? You need some water and the change. Shut the fuck. Oh my god. Bro, I can't do this. Diaper Yos. You guys are deranged. Yay, hydration. Can I get a bottle of water? British person, quote unquote, after... Oh, asking for a bottle of water? Yeah. Wait, bruv, can I get me a bottle of water, yeah? My voice training has been tragic. Many such cases. It's always tragic at the beginning. Your voice is nice. Thank you. My girl thinks you're hot. My B-day is Friday. Well, thank you, Poophead. I'm very glad to hear that. Happy birthday in advance. Do you do OnlyFans? No, at least not yet. It just turned Tuesday for me. Oh no. Oh no. Femyoz was a part of the IDF in 1998. That's true. I was like -6 years old back then. My friend thought you were cis when she heard your voice. Yo, let's go. But then as soon as she saw my face, you know, that changed. That's many such cases, many such cases. Yo! Thank you, Manny1894 for the $5, you beautiful fucking bastard. Saying, what's the best way to get to know you? Honestly, just being active in the streams, chatting, donating, etc. Just things that would keep you on my radar, I guess. And then if you're active and like supporting me, I'll invite you to the Discord. I guess. Cap, you're so pretty. Nuh-uh. My voice was always a bit deep, so when I transitioned, I just made it a bit deeper. Fair. It took her a second. I had to clarify. Oh, I see. Your channel is awesome. Let's go. Femi made me a transgender. I see. Yeah, many such cases, many such cases. I've infected you all with the woke mind virus. You are channel awesome. Very true. What days do you stream during the week? I try to stream every day, but I've been inactive lately. You look different tonight. Makeup? I'm wearing mascara. My hair is a little bit different. That's about it. Yeah, maybe it's the hair. Yeah, not the woke mind virus. Ooh, so scary. Brush your hair. Dude, it's gonna get like super dry if I do. I second. You're pretty. Well, thank you. Can't infect me if I already have it. True. I've been sleeping way too much lately. Yeah. Me too, me too. Got me infected the audience with critical thinking. Oh god. Yeah, many such cases. Very sad. I hate when that happens. Anyways. I'm trying to like... Dude, my hair being parted like this feels weird still. I gotta get... So, one of the reasons I'm doing this is because like I want to get a haircut. And I'm thinking I'm gonna like part it somewhat similar to this. But I'll have like bangs. So I won't have to like, you know, like hold it with my headphones. You know. Let's see what Dumpster Bob is up to. I don't think Trumpster Bob is doing anything interesting. She's cute, I guess. No, I'm not. It looks cute, Femi. Well, thank you. Pixie cut Femi. I don't know if I'll get that. Femyoz cast critical thinking. It's super effective. It looks cute, though. No, we're not getting a Karen cut. Greetings from Germany. Hello, Ragamuffin. Mama Shar went live recently. Nice. Moist critical thinking. Oh my god. You definitely look more feminine. It's very noticeable. Hell yeah. I will say one of the things that I find helpful is being in a self-hating tranny server. That sounds like a joke, but it's not. And what I mean by that is it's like a bit self-hating, but like not without purpose, okay? Like these people are like hyper obsessed with passing. But that means that they give really good advice on how to pass. One of the things for me was my hair. So one of the reasons I look more feminine right now with my hair like this, is because of the way that it frames my face. So this is going to be like a better hairstyle than like an extreme side part for somebody that already has like a more masculine face. Femyoz is doll maxing. Yeah, kind of. A little bit. They are, yeah, it's basically like the self-hating HSTS doll community. I don't know, it's kind of interesting because like I don't really fit in there, but like people give me advice. I don't know. I guess I got like used to the culture there, even if it's a bit different from what I'm used to. Yeah, I'm never doing a buzz cut. Fuck that. That would look terrible. I haven't had one of those motherfuckers since I was like 8. We hate ourselves with reason? Yeah. Yeah, precisely. Olive oil is pulling her shit up and showing her tits on live. Ew. Gross. Yeah, hair helps a lot. Sadly, I don't have much. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Grow it out, I guess? Or are you, like, balding, in which case you can't? No buzz cut, go entirely bald. Yeah, dude. Dwayne the Rock Johnson maxing next. Next arc. Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I would need therapy if I buzz cut my head. Yeah, I'd need more than therapy. I'd need, like... I don't know. Yeah, balding woman here. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Honestly, I would just recommend wigs. More than anything else. Wait, what the fuck? Dude, I forgot about Bionic Pig. What? Dude, he's in my recommended? Yo, what the Yo, that's wild. He looks very different. What the fuck? Dude, since when did he have a beard and long hair? Oh my god. I have not seen this guy in ages. Most of y'all don't know who he is, most likely. I must be muted or something? Wait, why would you be muted? I'm confuzzled. I don't know. Why are you saying stuff that YouTube is filtering out? I don't know of him. Dude, he was like a commentary person. Nah, not muted, just ignored. I don't read every chat message. Yeah, the face framing definitely does help. I keep trying to roll out my hair, but eventually it gives me sensory ick, so I just buzz it all off. Yeah, that would... I'll take sensory ick over bad looking. That was grammatically correct. I love mine. So you recognize him. I used to watch him, like, in 2018 or some shit. He was like a commentary YouTuber. It was like him, Elvis the Alien, Pyro Cynical. Like, those are the people I watched. And there was also like Kavos, iMalex, and like that other, like, this sort of British sphere, I guess. the Britbonger sphere of commentary. Isn't he a bread tuber? Who, Bionic Pig? If he is, that wouldn't surprise me if he became that. But I don't know. I just remember him as a commentary YouTuber. How are you? Just found this. I'm chillin'. Jesus is a scam. It was created by the Pope to sell more Bibles. Do not fall for this propaganda. Very true. How old are you? How old do you think I am? How old do I look? What was I going on YouTube for anyway? Actually, don't remember. Well, I have no idea. Oh, yeah, apparently, yeah, there was, like, some controversy with, what's-her-face? ContraPoints. I didn't care enough to pay any attention to that. Femi is 14 and beautiful. Stop! Without the context of us making fun of Deckard, that looks so bad. I can confidently say you're at least 3. You know, you're not wrong, technically speaking. Yeah, I do support Palestine. I just don't give a fuck about what Contra said on Twitter. Like, I'm gonna be so real, like, I don't care what most content creators have to say. But, like, I don't know. I think that most YouTubers are, like, fucking dumb. And I don't know why we're held in any high esteem. I don't know why I say we, like, as if I am as well. But, oh yeah, I was scared for a second. No, I'm pretty far left. Like, I'm edgy. Like, I don't know. It's like, dude, it's like market socialism, but with slurs. It's very awesome. Dude, it's like, you know, we get collective ownership, but we also get to say, we get to scream the N-word in public. Isn't that just the best combination? Dude, what am I saying? Yeah, dark woke. I don't know, the phrase dark woke sounds cringe. And the reason is because, like, even if it's not yet, it's gonna be. It's gonna be used by people that are, like, saying safe, edgy shit. I don't know. I do think it's annoying, though, when people overuse the term safe, edgy, though. Like, when they say Hassan is being safe, edgy, like, no the fuck he's not. Maybe sometimes. But, like, the whole of America deserved 9/11 meme, like, is that safe, edgy? No. Like, you got fucking canceled for that shit. Like, what? People lost their shit. I don't know. Destiny politic? No. No, I'm left of Destiny. Probably right of Hassan. Yeah, I'm somewhere between Destiny and Hassan. Politically. Femi says the N-word every day when she listens to Kendrick. Exactly. I love how Destiny is labeled left-wing. Yeah, that's how you know. Whenever somebody says that, you know for a fact that they're conservative. They're right-leaning, because, like, it's all the same to them. Like, they don't make the distinction between, like, a liberal and a leftist. Like, they just see it as infighting. San said, what about 9/11? He said that America deserved it. I don't know, I thought it was a hilarious clip. Apparently that wasn't meant to be a joke, though, sadly. I mean, I don't know. I think that the point that he was making was, like he had some, like, I think the argument he was making is, like, yeah, but, like, America was, like, asking for it. Not that, like, people deserved to die in 9/11 or whatever, but more along the lines of, like, okay, so hold on. You have America, that this power, that, like, this powerhouse of a country that fucking, you turned the Middle East into a giant shithole. Like, what do you expect? Like, yeah, people from there are not gonna like America very much, because, like, you know, we turned their countries into shitholes through Western imperialism. So, like, yeah, I feel like that makes it's not justified, but, like, it makes sense that would be the outcome, right? I think that's the argument that he was trying to make. I think he just said it in, like, a hilarious, hyperbolic way. Unironically, like, a reasonable take when you actually think about it. I feel like Destiny has really good politics, but he has really weird fucking hills he dies on. He's a terrible person, but that's besides the point. I wouldn't say that Destiny's politics are okay. He's right about a lot of things. A lot of things is just like, yeah, you're a fucking retard. Like the Israel apology, like all that fucking weird shit. Destiny has really good politics to me personally. Look, I don't know. If we're talking about, I don't know. I guess it depends on, like, are we talking about, like, foreign politics? Are we talking about economic shit? Are we talking, like, social stuff? Like, what are we talking about? I remember Destiny's take on the Trump assassination attempt blew the internet up. Yeah, and it's like, dude, I'm sorry, but, like, Destiny was being kind of based. I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. Like, who gives a fuck? Oh no, not the poor pedophile billionaire. Boo-hoo. Oh, yeah, I'm totally glad that he survived. Yeah, so essentially he believed it was be expected. Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, America, you did this to yourself type of thing. Like, what outcome did you expect if not this? Like, yeah, people are gonna retaliate in ways that are, you know, not productive. If that shit like that happens, what do you expect? You have radicalized large, powerful groups of people against you. Like that's what you've done. What do you think is the outcome of that? Like you've inadvertently created these groups and radicalized them against you. Like you not see the problem with that, right? It's one of those things where you should be able to tell ahead of time, like, hey, yep, maybe we, you know, shouldn't do Western imperialism, and you know, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's too much logically correct reasoning for our political leaders. In fact, it definitely is. Boogie2988 cosplay. Oh yeah. Didn't you do a pod about Destiny recording audio of him sucking guys off from Grindr without permission? It wasn't about sucking guys off from Grindr. That was just like a funny meme or whatever. I didn't really give a fuck about that or even cover that. I basically just talked about how he was leaking people's nudes without their consent, which he was. And that's what he was exposed for. So, like, he supports all the right things and there's the right amount of edgy. I'd say, yeah, Destiny is like... Yeah, he's probably the right amount of edgy. I don't know. I'd say he's like slightly less edgy than me. That's like the one thing he's got going for him, is he's like got like a decent sense of humor. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he should not be relevant after the whole, you know. Yeah. I feel like if you're like a sex pest freak that leaks people's nudes without their consent, like there shouldn't be coming back from that. You should not be relevant after that. Like, I'm sorry. I refuse to support anybody like that. Not enough merit to his case to demonize him, though. There absolutely is. Did you see the President Sunday video? Did you see him fucking my coverage? Well, probably not my coverage. Supported him until I saw him sucking a dick. Yes, the real deal breaker there. I kind of liked him in that 28 versus 1 Jubilee video. Look, I think we need to separate the fact that, like, yeah, he's good at debate and, like, has made some decent content from, like, the fact that he's, like, a terrible person. Destiny is the Donald Trump of liberals, parentheses, rapists. Yeah. Look, fact of the matter is, you can, like, appreciate somebody's skill in debate. Like, the same way that it's, like, I can appreciate a Vosh debate. Or, like, Vosh, you know, fucking dog walks his opponent or whatever, right? Like, I can say, yeah, he's, like, really good at debate and has done some, like, really good shit in that regard, while still saying, like, yeah, but this dude's, like, a pedo. Like, I would never support him at this point. Like, there's no, like, I don't know. I view it in the same light. We had an Adolf in Germany, it couldn't be worse, but your democracy is in danger, God bless America. Yeah, you're not wrong, you're not wrong. His debate skills are cool, but him as a person is uncool? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Like, I don't think that him being a good debater magically negates the fact that he's, like, a horrible person. You know? I don't know, maybe that's just me. I think Destiny is a good quote-unquote tool for the left in bringing in more people for an isolating conservatives into the weird, rapist, disgusting bubble. I don't know about that. I'm gonna be real. I don't know how many people Destiny moves over these days. No, Pixie is not just as guilty as him. That's just like a fucking lie. Like, when did she leak his nudes? Like, what is this, like, weird victim blaming shit? In fact, that was actually something I criticized Sunday for. Was, like, even giving any credence to the notion that Pixie somehow did something immoral, which she didn't. Like, she handled the situation, like more in like a morally correct way. Now you could say that, like, oh, maybe it like wasn't optimal, but maybe if you were in the situation, you would have done something differently. That's like a different discussion. Like, oh, I would have done this differently. That's great, but like, doesn't mean she's doing anything immoral. Like, she's the victim. She can sort of handle the situation how she pleases, as long as she's not causing harm to others, other than, you know, the perpetrator. She leaked, though? No, Pixie didn't leak. That was a different person. That was a different person was the one that leaked it. But keep in mind that the nudes were of Pixie and Destiny. Those were some of the nudes, right? But somebody else leaked those. You want to know how they got those? Because Destiny was sending them around because he's a sex pest degenerate freak that sends other people's nudes without their consent. That wasn't Pixie that did that. That was some random fucking 19-year-old that Destiny was sexting. And because he wanted to look cool, because of how he perceives being cool, because he wanted to, I guess, impress her, he thought it would be a really good idea to send people's nudes without their consent. And guess what? If you do that enough times, if you send that to enough people, it's gonna get leaked, especially if you're a public figure. Like, that is the inevitable outcome. And I think it's also absurd to assume that that's like the first time it happened. It's like, no, that's the first time we know of. Like, if you send people's nudes without their consent to a bunch of people that you don't really know that well, it's gonna get leaked eventually. It's bound to happen, just statistically. And guess what? It fucking happened. According to the court docs, she did leak his nudes. But Pixie? No, she didn't. That's just not true at all. When did she ever leak his nudes? I think you should really watch President Sunday's video, which by no means is perfect, but I think it's a good starting point. I definitely recommend President Sunday's video on Destiny, maybe Beckett's video, or their channel would be Cope and Seethe, I think. Yes, I'm aware that Olive is unoriginal and whores herself out on camera for views. Whatever, I don't really care. Sunday burnt so many bridges just for Destiny to recover with virtually no damage. No, literally, I think that long term, Sunday's career was harmed more than Destiny's from that video, which is really sad. Because I think that Sunday was trying to do a good thing. So I generally like Sunday. Anyways. Oh my god, is it Eric Vandenborn, the big teddy bear? Hello, Eric Vandenborn, big teddy bear. Rapists always win, sadly. You know, you're not wrong. Chat, is it time to become the rapists? Have you seen any Dean Withers debates? Yeah, he's like decent, but I don't know. I've seen some shit where he comes across as a little bit spurgy. He's a little bit of a spurg sometimes. But he definitely has potential. He's definitely talented. Like I could see him becoming like one of the better debaters. He's just gotta, he's like me where like, he's in that like spurg phase of debate. So he's like me from the past. It's like, you know, he's like rhetorically gifted, but like he needs to not spurg. Yes, he is cute. He's got that going for him. Right? Like I'd hit. Dean needs to stop giving into the soy crowd. It's super cringe. Yeah, Dean needs to become like, I don't know, like far left or something based. He's cute for sure. He is. Femyoz. Yeah, a little bit. I think it's effective to libs. Yeah, but that's like people that already agree with him. I don't know how effective it is at converting conservatives. TikTok loves him. Yeah, fair. Soy super left cringe. He's not lib. I thought he was a lib. I don't know, cause like, unless he's advocating in favor of socialism, I don't think he's I don't think he's far left. Like, I'd be further left than him, right? The reason you don't go around calling me soy is because soy is not a political stance. It's a vibe. It's an aesthetic. He's a Hamas Piker fanboy. Oh, for real? Fair enough. I don't know. I always just thought he was a liberal, to be honest. Yeah, okay, so I'm not wrong. Yeah, he's a lib. He's just left on a few things. Yeah. I always saw him as more moderate than me. That's the thing, is like I know when to hide my power level. A lot of TikTok debaters glaze Hassan so hard. Yeah, which I think is like I don't think that's a good. I think it's a good move career wise, and in no other regard. As a lib, he's not one of us, lol. I don't know. I generally associate like his style of, I guess that's like a stylistic thing. I don't know, he comes across more like a lib. I don't know. I haven't heard him say anything far left. Like I haven't heard any like super based takes from him. Like it's just like standard lib positions that like obviously like everybody should have. Yeah, I figured he would self-identify as a liberal. He portrays lib, but he's not. Ooh, hiding his true power level. Good shit, good shit. Maybe he has the opposite problem from what I thought. Maybe he is hiding his power level too much. Whereas I hide it the right amount. Where it's like I don't hide it. Like I'm honest about what my political takes are, but I don't always present them. I don't always talk about them. You know? Rather than calling it market socialism, I just, I present it as super democracy. It's like an extension of democracy, where like you would agree that like while democracy isn't perfect, it's preferable to say, for instance, a monarchy or any other authoritarian regime, right? Like you would agree that like people ought to have a say in who has a position of power over them, whether that be people at the federal level, the local level, state level, etc. Right? Well, I think that should apply to corporations, right? Those are people in positions of power over you. I think that you have every right to elect who that could possibly be, right? Leftism is nice in theory, but it's just a theory. What? It's just like one of those nothing statements. It's like a statement that like you just like regurgitate. Like, well, communism sounds really, really good on paper, but in practice it's super bad. It's like, yeah, I've heard that a million times. But it's just like reciting something that you heard somebody else say. It's we're not really engaging with the substance. It's not a nothing statement, it's absolutely a nothing statement. Hold on, do you think that just because something hasn't been done means that it can't work? Like, because you could make this argument could have been made before capitalism was in effect, right? People could have made the argument, well, capitalism sounds great in theory, but like it's never been done. Like, why don't we just stick to what we already know works, right? Like, we know feudalism works. We've done feudalism for ages. We can see the results in societies that prosper. Well, where has a prospering capitalist society ever been, right? You could like, extend that logic as far as you want. That's not at all what I've said. But that's the conclusion that you would come to. Yes, I know Jovan Bradley. Or I know who he is. I don't know him personally. I don't think he knows who I am. Like, keep in mind, like I get that you're saying, well, that's not at all what I said, but that's the conclusion that you would come to, no? Like, that's the point of saying that. Like, it's a nice thing in theory, but it's just a theory. It's like, yeah, every economic system started out as just a theory. That's the point that I'm making. I think that adequately addresses your point. Not at all. I just think we're far from communism. Okay. So would you agree then that, like, I don't know, say for instance, market socialism would be preferable to capitalism Or do you disagree with that? And if you disagree with that, why? Yeah, a game theory. Oh my god. What do you mean in Marvel Rivals? I don't play Marvel Rivals. What do you think about the political state and economic powers in Marvel Rivals lore? I don't know anything about it. Where is their market socialism? Hello? What? Do you need to have a real world example of something in order to determine whether or not it's good? Is that the route we're going to go down? Ah, well, you see, I actually disagree with the notion that capitalism is preferable to feudalism, because we've never tried capitalism before. It's like you're failing to engage with the actual argument that I made. Like we already established that just because something hasn't been done before doesn't mean that it can't work or that it wouldn't be preferable, right? So maybe rather than engaging by saying, well, it's never been tried before, so therefore there's no reason to believe it would be better. You're just like refusing to engage, right? Like maybe engage with like the substance of the argument. It can be good. Okay. Do you think it's something worth striving for? I'm not saying it can't be good because it hasn't been done. Yeah, but you have reason to believe. There's reason to believe that it would be good, right? For starters, we have, we already have for instance, in Nordic countries, which have mixed economies, right? So those wouldn't be market socialist, right? But they'd be closer to market socialism than anything that we would have in, say, the US or anywhere else, really, right? Now that's not market socialism, but it's a hell of a lot closer. And let's just say, they're doing pretty well over there. Okay? They're not doing too bad. It could be worth striving for. However, I don't agree with the means for it to come about. What means do you disagree with? Like, what means would be too much? Right? Because for me, it's just a utilitarian calculus of like, well, if the outcome is more positive than negative, then if we could get without the authoritarianism, then it would be good. Well, yeah, no shit. Authoritarianism is bad. I think every reasonable person agrees with that. Truthfully, I don't think that authoritarianism and socialism are compatible. I think that these are diametrically opposed ideologies, just for the record. Socialism is about giving individual people power, right? Authoritarianism is the opposite. But it necessarily requires authoritarianism. And what are you basing that on? Why is that a necessary prerequisite? Yes, socialism is when no. To be fair, I don't think that they're saying that. Bro hasn't heard of democratic socialism? How else do you wrest the means of production from capital owners? Huh? Well, we could like subsidize worker cooperatives, right? Like we could have like a strong social wealth fund. We could implement that. We could subsidize worker cooperatives, right? That'd be like a really good start. I don't see how that's authoritarian. Like, can you explain to me how either of those are authoritarian in nature? How do you abolish capital? Huh? I'm talking about market socialism. You retain the markets. You don't abolish capital in doing so. That's not how that works. You're thinking of something else entirely. I'm guessing you're not very familiar with syndicalism / market socialism. What is market socialism? Yeah, so it's going to be like it's going to be collective ownership, but where markets are retained. More specifically, it's literally just like the main thing is going to be like a democratized workplace. It doesn't necessarily have to be it doesn't have to be exclusively the workers owning the means of production. It's just like collective ownership of the means of production. So it could be like, say for instance, 70% owned by workers, 30% owned by consumers, right? That could be like an example, right? So it doesn't exclusively have to be workers, just for the record. How do people enter a job without ownership? What? I'm confused. What do you mean? Who owns the government? People work for the government, right? Like Is there a CEO of the government? Or do we have like a democratized system? Well, why would that be fundamentally any different for a corporation? If you can work for a government which is full of democratically elected leaders and their government institutions, I don't see why that can't apply at a corporate level. It just doesn't make any sense why that would be different. So it's a controlled market? What do you mean by controlled? It would be democratized, right? So it'd be collectively owned. It wouldn't be controlled by the government. I was using that as an analogy, right? So it wouldn't be the government controls or owns it, right? It would be collectively owned, right? The people control it. No, wrong, not command economy. You are so far off. You're not paying attention. No, so the people in positions of power in corporations would be democratically elected by people. That's what market socialism entails. It does not entail a command economy. That's not what that means. Okay? So the reason that I brought up the government as an example of there doesn't have to be an owner of something for people to work for it, right? People work for the government. That's not to say that the government would own the companies. I don't know where you would get that from. How do I get a job without ownership in the company? Huh? I'm confused. What are you saying? Like you as a worker, you would own part of the company. I'm confused. Like that's how market socialism would work. You would own part of the company. How do I be employed? The same way that you would under capitalism. Except there would be more checks and balances in place to make the processes more fair. Right? Ones that are, well, chosen by democratically elected leaders. I don't like you realize that the democratically elected leaders of the company, that the workers, like probably some combination of primarily the workers and then also the consumers would have elected, right? Those people that are elected into positions of power could make those determinations. But like I don't like the same way that they do currently, right? I don't think you realize that this isn't like market socialism isn't that far off from capitalism. I don't think you're grasping that. So I would lose equity when someone is hired? What? I don't think that's how that works. Look, the whole point of owning a whatever, some share of the company is just to like make it so that like you as a worker are gonna have your vote actually matter. Right? I'm kind of confused because you're it's not like it's not like gonna be the same as like if you buy some shit from the stock market, right? It's not gonna be like you're not doing it for investment purposes, if that makes sense, right? It'd be the same way of like, okay, well, if there's more people in the state of Colorado, then wouldn't that mean that my vote counts as less? It's like, well, yeah, but that doesn't mean that more people being in the state of Colorado is a bad thing. Does that make sense? That the same line of logic would apply at a corporate level? Right? Because we're mainly talking about like a democratic process. Like that's the main function of that. Like that this isn't the same thing as like investors, right? The way that we currently have it is we have basically rich people that invest money to buy out large shares of companies, right? And it's ultimately these people who don't have the best interest of the workers or the consumers in mind that make these decisions, that decide who the CEO is, etc. Right? So right now we have a an economy that's very interested in the people at the top and how to maximize their wealth, right? This would be a way of mitigating that. If I'm an owner of a company, why should I hire anyone and dilute my share? I think you're failing to understand. You know that they can just vote in a new owner, right? You know, the workers and the consumers. Like, you're replaceable. I think you're failing to understand how the system would work. You would be replaced if you do a shit job running the company, right? If you don't run it in the best interest of the workers and the consumers, goodbye, you're out, right? That's what that entails. It explicitly is if we share value of labor. Did I say that everyone would have an equal share of the company? I didn't say that. Look, I don't know what you mean, because dilute your share. You got to keep in mind that, like, so capitalism? No. No, you'd be democratically elected, but by the workers and consumers. Right? So that's not going to be the capitalist system that you're looking for. Yeah, not all shares would be equal under socialism. That's just like that's not entailed. Right? I'm criticizing that like weird presupposition. Like there's no reason why that would have to be the case. Like, do you think that socialism is when everything is equal no matter what under all circumstances? I don't get what your point is. Yeah, boards of directors are elected by shareholders, and who are those shareholders? Right now, who are those shareholders? Do they have the best interest of the workers and the consumers in mind? No, they have their own self-best interest in mind. That's how they determine. You know, that's how they determine who is going to be in those positions of power. Okay. Right? That's a bad thing. That's not good, right? The system that I'm posing is one that would mitigate that. No, that's egalitarianism. What? Is this like a troll? Are you trolling? No, this guy is definitely trolling. Feels to me like this dude thinks socialism is the same as communism. And keep in mind, this is like a very light form of socialism. This isn't like this is not even like there's not decommodification involved or anything. Like the whole point of market socialism is that it explicitly doesn't entail decommodification. So it's pretty tame, all things considered. Like I don't know. I would definitely read up on market socialism before trying to critique it. Is every company going to have an executive, legislative, and judicial branches to keep each other in check? No, it wouldn't be that specifically. We'd need a system a little bit more efficient than that, most likely. But there would be checks and balances. But it wouldn't have to be exactly the same as the US government, right? That would be a little bit unnecessary. Yes, exactly. It's like capitalism, but better for everyone that actually matters. It's better for workers and consumers. So basically, everybody except for the wealthy elite benefits, right? And that's what I tell people, right? They hear the word socialism and they think that like, oh, that must mean something extreme, right? And it's like, no, not necessarily, right? When I explain what it is, they're like, well, that just sounds like capitalism, but better. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm in favor of it. That's why I want this to be implemented, is because yeah, you're right. It is like capitalism, but better. Yeah, we should have the better system. Yeah, exactly. It's super capitalism. Yeah, it's super capitalism. It's literally capitalism, but better. Workers don't know who or what a boss should be. That's why they're workers. You'll just end up with oligarchs, bosses running many small, big. You could make the same argument about democracy. You do realize that, right? Well, the everyday person doesn't know who should be the president or who should be in the House of Representatives. The average person's fucking retarded. Why give them the right to vote when they don't know what they need? They're just going to end up having fascists in power. Those decisions should be made for them. You see where your line of logic goes if you apply it at a macro scale? It goes down a dangerous path. Just putting it out there. You're brushing past the minutia. I'm not sure how. That's why we have the Electoral College, and look where we are, fascists in power. Yes, absolutely. But guess what? I think that this system is still better than a monarchy, a dictatorship, any other authoritarian structure, where leaders are chosen for us, not by us. What do you plan to implement in getting there? What the fuck you want me to do? Have like a whole plan on how I'm personally going to get the country towards market socialism? Well, I don't know. I'm a 21-year-old retarded streamer. Well, I'm not a politician. What do you want me to do? Fucking run for office? Okay, you don't expect me personally. Well, I already said, I'd be in favor of policies such as subsidizing worker cooperatives, right? That'd be a good start. Right? Hell, I think a lot of the policies that have been implemented in some of the Nordic countries, right, that would be considered a mixed economy, I think that those policies would be a good start. I think a lot of those types of policies would be very beneficial. What's the end goal? Well, market socialism. Well, actually, the end goal would be communism, but not the way that you think. Okay, we're gonna get to a point where AI is able to do anything that like a worker can in any field, okay? And what that entails is we need to determine who should be the beneficiaries of that, ultimately. Should it either be A, people that got lucky and are born into wealth, or B, just society broadly? Now, I would say B is the obvious answer. Look, if it's the case that large corporations control AI entirely, right? And it's just controlled by whoever owns it, right? And there are no workers, right? Because they've all been replaced with AI, right? Then all that's going to do is drastically increase the amount of power that corporations have and diminish any power that the rest of society has. Okay. When we're at a point when there is no need for human labor or humans to work and everything is automated, we will be at a point where communism would be optimal. Now, given the current status of technology, it would not be optimal. I believe that a market economy is more productive than a communist one, where everything is decommodified. That's my belief. However, when we get to a point where productivity doesn't matter, because AI will be productive no matter what, I think at that point, collective ownership in the most broad sense, in the most egalitarian sense, would be optimal. At that point, yes, abolish private property. Though I think that there would have to be a major overhaul. But again, that's way in the future. Like the end goal for a society with the technology that we have, like assuming tech doesn't progress, market socialism would be optimal given our current tech. But you have to keep in mind that the economic system has to change with the times, right? It has to change as we develop technologically. Yes, we will abolish bedtime. That's true. So if robots did everything and we didn't need to work, then communism? Yeah, precisely. There's going to be a point in the far, far out future that's like that. And I don't want that future to be a capitalist one, because if it is, that's going to be a dystopian hellhole. Communism by necessity follows socialism? No, you can stop at socialism if you want. But I just wouldn't be in favor of that after a certain point. Where it's like, okay, if we have AI doing everything, right? Humans aren't needed for work anymore. Then I think at that point, communism would be optimal. But socialism can stand on its own. Isn't it weird that communism would have to rely on pseudo-slavery of AI? Well, AI isn't sentient, thankfully, so it wouldn't really be slavery. Or even close to it. Sure, optimal, but that's not the end goal. I guess end goal would be determined by, like, okay, end goal under what circumstances? Because the circumstances change, and as the circumstances change, the end goal changes. Now, you have to be aware of how the circumstances will change and what the end goal will have to be, right? But there's going to be different reasons for different end goals, right? If technology were to stop advancing, then I would say that the end goal should exclusively be market socialism. I don't think we should go beyond that, right? But because technology will keep advancing, that's the only reason I'm in favor of going further than that in the distant future. I'd love for communism to work, however, we can't bring it about without upheaval. I think that people would be more open to it if we're talking about, like, way in the future. When AI does everything, there's no workers, right? Like, it's going to be very apparent that there's no need to have corporations on everything anymore, right? Like, everyone is going to be aware of that fact, unless they're totally brainwashed. In essence, it's all wishes and fairy dust? No, you're just, like, not engaging. Like, you're just, like, not engaging with what I'm saying at all. What if it becomes sentient? Well, then we have an ethical dilemma. If it becomes sentient, then we'd have to go back to market socialism, I guess. Well, we stop aging with AI. I don't think that's how AI works. It's nice to think about, but without a plan, how do we get there? To the communism or market socialism? So I already explained how we would get closer to market socialism, right? I already like posed subsidizing worker cooperatives. So I don't think it's ambiguous as to what I want. Like, do you want me to describe it in detail how, in intricate detail, how we ought to strive towards communism, whatever, like 50,000 years from now? Like, I feel like that's a bit redundant. Anyways. We do subsidize co-ops? I don't think we do in America. I'm, like, looking this up. Yeah, because I'm looking at this and it doesn't seem like there's any... Yeah. If they are, it's nothing substantial. We don't subsidize them to a major extent. Well, then we should, right? We need to incentivize it. And that would just be a starting point. I think that all corporations past a certain threshold, whether it be in size, number of workers, whatever cutoff point we want to deem necessary, I think after a certain point, just like making it I don't know how that would be implemented though. I'm mainly focused on like, I don't know, like what are policies that could be implemented like in the current landscape, right? Look, I'm not a policymaker. But we do. Oh, I'm sorry. I negated the fact that worker co-ops actually get 2 cents from the government every year. That's great. I think you're aware of the fact that like, even if that's so, like I mean something like actually significant. Right? Like if I say I want the government to subsidize worker cooperatives, I don't mean I want them to get like 2 extra cents a year from it. Right? Anyways. What kind of makeup do you use? I literally only know how to do mascara, so that. I'm getting ippy. Yeah. Me too. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off stream. Because I'm tired. The only co-op I support is 2-player co-op video games. Oh my god. Alright. Well, that's a great point to end off. Take care, dig the convo. Yeah, have a good one. Night, everyone. Hope y'all enjoyed.